You chased him because he was leaving the scene.
Yes.
You didn't have insurance
I have insurance.
at the time of the accident.
Yes. To my knowledge.
If you're going to lie, sir, don't lie to people who are smarter than you are. Mr. and Mrs. Stone, are you both employed, retired?
Retired.
Retired. Now, just so that I put this case in perspective, have either of you been psychiatrically hospitalized in the last 10 years?
No.
How many times have you initiated a lawsuit involving damage to your car?
Never.
How old are you?
71.
And you, sir?
77.
Both look terrific. Now, how many times have you had automobile accidents? You, Mrs. Stone.
Twice or 3 times.
And you, sir?
None.
0. Now, it is your claim that this young man sort of sideswiped your car, caused some damage, left the scene. Who was driving?
I
You
was.
were. You did a foolish thing because you chased him because he was leaving the scene. Police finally arrived. Then there was some story that he had with a friend of his who miraculously showed up at the scene. His name is Joshua?
Joseph.
Joseph. I don't see him here today. That's not an that's a no, he's not here.
He would have been, but
What? He's not here. Is he in the military?
no, he's...
Is he dead?
No.
Is he in a hospital?
Yes.
For what?
He just had a baby. Him and his
That's a
fiance.
miraculous. He's in the hospital because he just had a baby?
Him and his fiance just had a baby yesterday.
And
That's why he's not here today.
did he have a ticket to come here before his fiance went into the hospital?
Yes.
And when were we notified that he wasn't going to be here?
I'm not too sure.
Not too sure. Okay, let's get to the date of this incident. It happened in August of this year. August what?
23rd,
What time of the day?
early afternoon.
And where were you going or coming from?
We were coming from, we celebrated my birthday the day before, and we were going home.
And where were you going?
I was going to my friend's house.
Which friend?
Joseph. I was following him home.
Where had you been?
We were about an hour away working on a car.
And you were following him home.
Correct.
So if you were following him, that means he was in front of you.
Correct.
Okay. Now, why don't you tell me what happened?
As we're going home, we're coming up to an intersection. It was a...
Why don't you go over to this map?
Yes, ma'am. We're coming up to the intersection. There's 2 lanes, goes to the left. We were in the right-hand lane. He was in the left-hand lane. There was 2 or 3 cars in front of him.
There were 2 or 3 cars in front of him, and he was in the left lane making a left turn, and you were in the
Right lane.
making a left turn. Okay. What kind of car was he driving? Do you know?
I can't remember right offhand.
What kind of car were you driving?
2017 Hyundai Elantra.
What color?
Black.
And what kind of car was Joseph traveling in?
I believe it was a Chevy Malibu at the time.
What color?
Black.
And he was in front of you.
Correct. He was in that...
Shh. He was in front of you. That's what you said. You were following
Not
him.
technically.
What do you mean, not technically?
He wasn't directly in front of me. He was...
Where was he? Where was he?
May I go up to the board and show?
Yes. Step aside for a second, sir. You can stay where you are. Okay, Mr. Taylor, go up there and show me where you tell me Joseph was.
The white car, that's where he was.
The
They
white
were-
car, just a second.
Yeah.
The white car is where Joseph is.
Correct.
Okay, and you were in,
Right here.
you were right there. Now go back. So Joseph was in front of you. If there were 2 or 3 cars in front of you and Joseph is in a different lane, he was still in front of you. That's either a yes or a no.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
As we were moving up, we were coming out. I happened to look out my way. I seen he was going to be turning over to my lane. So I actually stopped. Otherwise, he'd have swiped the whole side of the car. And he run into the driver's door and a little bit on the rear door.
Okay.
And then after he hit us, he backed up into his lane.
He backed up into the lane that he was originally in.
Right. So he got out of the car, I got out of the car, and my wife got out of the car.
Okay, now go back. Okay, now, when he got out of the car, did he look at your car?
No.
What did he do when he got out?
He just looked at us like that there, and I don't think he said one word.
And then what happened?
When I got out of the car, I told him, considering there was traffic and the light actually turned green ahead of us, there was traffic behind him and there was traffic behind me.
So nobody could make a left turn?
Right, so I told him to move forward around the corner. So I figured he'd go around the corner and stop.
So did you both make the left turn?
So we both made the left turn.
Okay, you make the left turn, and what happened next, Mr. Stone?
Well, after we made a left turn, I figured he would pull over into the right lane and pull over and stop, which he didn't. He stayed in his lane and kept going forward. So we ended up getting behind his vehicle as he was going away. And my wife called 911 to report to what was happening, that Mr. Taylor here hit us and we were following him.
Well, you know that that could be dangerous.
Right.
And I'm sure the police dispatcher who you spoke to told you that. You know, that this isn't the Wild West, be careful, right?
Right.
Did he ultimately stop?
Technically, at the time, no. It was 6 miles down the road that the police department, after we called the police department, told them where we were, what happened, and all like that there. As we got down 6 miles down the road, there was a sheriff department coming the opposite direction. He turned on his lights, turned around, and got behind us. Then Mr. Taylor pulled over, and we pulled over behind him, about 15 to 20 yards behind him. Then the police department come up to us, took our information, and then went over to Mr. Taylor and took his information.
Do you have a police report?
Yes.
Do you have a police report? I'd like to see it, please.
Police report.
And so, Mr. Taylor, I'm just so that we understand what the parameters of this case are, it is your claim in your answer that you never hit his car.
Correct, because I never hit him.
Thank you. Do you have photographs of the damage to your car? I'd like to take a look at it as well as the estimate. Then we're going to get to Mr. Taylor. Who do you live with, Mr. Taylor?
Myself.
Is the car in your name?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who insures the car?
I do.
Who insures it? What company?
Geico.
On the date of this incident, it was insured, correct?
Yes.
Do you have liability?
I had full coverage.
You have full coverage. Is there a loan on the car?
Yes.
All I want is the photographs of the damage. Come. So, Mr. Taylor, so as not to confuse this case any further, it is your claim that there was no contact between your car and the Stone's car.
Correct.
You would agree that if there was contact between your car and Mr. and Mrs. Stone's car, that based upon the scenario, you would be at fault.
Correct.
Now, when ultimately the police arrived and you stopped about 6 miles down the road, because I just read all the police reports, am I correct that you told the police that you were prepared to fix the damage?
If I hit their car.
Just a second. No. You didn't say if you hit their car. Whitney, at the beginning of this case, did he not tell me that he and his friend Joseph were coming from working on a car?
Yeah, he said he was working on a car.
Working on a car. Now, do you do that for a living or a hobby?
Both.
So when you offered to fix the damage yourself, it was because you could fix it yourself. You and maybe your friend Joseph.
Correct.
Perfect. Now, does it refresh your recollection when I told you that when the police finally arrived and stopped, Dakota was apologetic if he had caused the damage and offered to fix it himself? Roger and Dakota swapped personal and insurance information because the drivers agreed to handle this through insurance, and there was minimal damage to both vehicles. That includes yours because the police noticed damage on his car and yours.
I have photo evidence that there is no damage on my car.
Just a second. The police, at the time of this incident, if you want me to read you what they said, they didn't know you, they didn't know him, they just wrote down what they saw. Right? Police said the damage to both cars was under $1,000. It was considered a non-reportable traffic accident. Police noticed minor damage observed on both vehicles. They're not alleging major damage. They said you scraped their car.
But I didn't. I had prior damage
You had minor damage on your car, which the police noted. They had minor damage on their car, which the police noted. These people have lived on this earth for 7 decades plus. They have not been psychiatrically hospitalized. They are not regulars to small claims court. Why in the world, sir, would you think that they would accuse you of scraping their car, that the police observed damage to your car and their car, consistent with that you got out of the car and said,
I never
if
got
I
out
did...
of the car, though.
What?
I never got one foot out of the car until I was asked by a police officer.
I said when you were stopped by the police, you told the police that you would fix the damage. And you're in that business, either as a hobby or as a full-time occupation.
Correct.
I mean, there is a reason for you to say, I don't remember or didn't hear that I hit the car. I think that you actually did because you moved back into your lane very quickly, right?
Correct. But
Yeah.
can I get my side of the story? And go
I'm
up to the board and
dying
vote?
to hear. I'm dying to hear. Do you have family, living family?
Yes.
Who?
My mom, my sister,
Yeah. How old are you?
19.
You don't want to appear to be foolish, do you? I want you to tell this face a story that I'm going to believe. I want you to tell this face in front of 10 million people a story that I'm going to believe, why these two people would accuse you of causing minor damage to their car. They're not asking for personal injury. They didn't say that they had whiplash. They said that you scraped their car and kept going. Now, there's no question that you saw these two elderly people. You're 19 years old, and you kept going. Now you can go over there, sir. Now you can go over and tell me your side of the story. It's not like me to prejudge.
So my friend was parked here.
Yeah,
waiting
that's
to
where
turn.
Joseph's car is, and you were in
I
that
was
lane.
here.
You're blue.
Trying to get behind him. I turned on
I
my
understand.
blinker.
I understand that you were trying to get behind him because
Okay.
you were following him.
I turned on my blinker, looked over my shoulder. I went to go like I was going to turn, looked again. I saw them there, so I turned back away, never even crossed the middle line. So I never hit them.
Just a second.
I stayed in my own lane.
Okay, so now go back. When the police finally stopped you, Joseph came on the scene a couple of minutes later. Is that correct?
Yes,
And Joseph had a conversation with the police.
correct.
And Joseph, to the police, said he saw the incident and there was no contact between your car and theirs.
Correct.
But Joseph was in front of you, according to both of you. So how could Joseph report to the police that he observed the whole incident and there was no contact between the two cars? You want to try to explain that to me? Stop. Remember what you just told me. You want to explain to me how Joseph could tell the police that he observed this incident from where he was. Show me. Da-da-da-da-da-da. 19
they
and
said earlier.
stupid. 19 and stupid. Show me how
cars.
Joseph could report to the police that he observed you trying to get into the right lane and then immediately switching to the left.
From the mirror. That's
From
a
the
direct
mirror.
view.
You mean he was looking in the rearview mirror? So he saw it from the rearview mirror. That's what you... that's
Rearview
what you-
mirror and the side mirror.
So you're telling me that he was looking at the side mirror and the rearview mirror. That's what he reported to the police about. He was reporting to the police that he observed this incident from being in front of you because he was looking at his rearview mirror.
Yes.
Get back there. Did you know that in New York State, they are removing Regents exams as mandated to graduate high school with a Regents diploma? Did you know that?
I did.
You know what that's called, in my view? That is called the dumbing down of America. Okay. Can I see an estimate to the damage to your car, sir, please?
Just a minute. Your Honor,
Yes.
also, I got a hold of Taylor to say the car wasn't costing that much, and to save you from your insurance going up or getting canceled, would you like to pay it out of pocket? And he agreed to come to our house, and we were going to make an arrangement.
When was this?
The 26th, I believe.
26th of August.
Yes. And to find out he was a no-show, so I called him. and
Okay.
I-
So you made a date to come to the house?
Correct.
To your house?
Correct.
And did you do this by text message?
By phone.
Ever followed up with text messages or emails?
No.
Just by phone?
Yes.
I know. We're old. I'm older than you are, but we're old. We use the phone. Right. Okay. Why didn't you go to their house on the 26th?
How am I supposed?
Why didn't you go to the house on the 26th if you had made arrangements to go there?
I didn't know where their house was. They never once told me where their house was or give me an address.
You had our insurance.
You exchanged insurance information.
Yeah, but I lost that paper. I've never had to do anything with insurances.
You know, maybe they should raise the age of driving to an age where people actually knew how to be responsible. Okay, so Mrs. Stone, what happened after he was a no-show?
Well, then I called him, and he kind of laughed at me, and then my husband talked to him, and he hung up on him. Well, then I called his insurance company, and to find out he didn't have insurance.
You have proof of that?
Yep.
For me, I'd like to see it. Mr. Taylor, did you just tell me a fib that you were insured by Geico? Didn't he say Geico, Whitney?
Geico.
Geico. Didn't you tell me you were insured by Geico?
I was at the time.
At the time of the accident?
Correct.
Just a second, before I read this, are you sure at the time of this accident, which was August 23rd?
I should have been insured.
That should have been. I didn't ask you shoulda, woulda, coulda. I asked you, were you in fact insured on the 23rd of August?
Yes, I have photo evidence and copy of me saying that I have insurance all the way to the end of August 31st.
But you didn't have insurance, and then you made an appointment to meet her. And if you made an appointment to meet her on the 26th on the phone, which you don't deny, Mr. Taylor, why didn't you just say, I lost the paper, please give me your address? Duh.
Because I was busy with work.
Are you an only child?
No.
No. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
9.
9. How many boys and how many girls?
2 sisters, the rest are brothers.
And where are you in this mix?
The last child.
You're the youngest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought earlier he said he only had a sister.
You may be right. Did he say anything about only having a sister? Oh, you're right. He said he had a mother
And a sister.
and a sister.
Yeah, you said, do you have family?
Family.
Living family. Yes. Who? My mom, my sister.
Duh. You know, Mr. Taylor, this is a very easy case for me. 1537, that's the judgment for the plaintiff. But I'm going to tell you, life is a journey. You can have an exciting journey, you can have a big life, you can have a small life, you can have a nothing life. If you're going to lie, sir, don't lie to people who are smarter than you are, especially when you have a stenographer taking down every word that you say. Do you understand? 1537. We're done. Thank you.
This court is adjourned.
Apparently they said that I was a hit-and-run suspect.
He got out of his vehicle, and my husband motioned him to pull over to the side of the road. He got back in and took off.
I do know that they were behind me, so that's probably how they got all my information and got me pulled over.
If you're involved in an accident, own up to it.
But like I said, I've never hit their car, never touched their car, nothing like that.
Don't lie.
You know, I've been in a few fender benders myself. Accidents, they're accidents. That's why they're not called on purposes. But I could not imagine just driving away, even if I wasn't sure, right? You see someone in front of you that you were inching in front of, get out of their vehicle, wave you down in some way, even if I wasn't sure. You know, the music's loud, maybe you scraped them quietly, I don't know. I couldn't imagine just not getting out and just driving away. It blows my mind. I mean, people have to be better citizens than we are.
That's called entitlement of youth.
Yeah.
But what I found fascinating was his mind was quick enough to come up with a reason for everything.
Yeah.
Which means he's been used to getting over. And somebody has to slap that.
Yep.
Or else that's the way he's going to grow up. That's
And he's almost already cooked. 19 is almost already cooked.
right.
Maybe we set him on a little bit of a better path.
You know, I wouldn't be sure about that, but
You could only hope.
did
Your best.
my best.
All right, this case really made me stop and think for a second. Because sometimes courtroom cases aren't just about who hit who. They're about check character, see. And honestly, after watching this one, I mostly agree with the judge. Let's talk about why. So, here you have a retired couple. They're 71 and 77 years old. They're driving home after celebrating a birthday. Nothing dramatic, just a normal day. Then, at a stoplight, a 19-year-old driver tries to merge into their lane. According to the couple, he scraped the side of their car and then just kept driving. Now let me pause here, because even if you're not sure whether you touched someone's car or not, if someone is waving at you or trying to get your attention, the normal thing to do is to pull over and check. That's basic driving responsibility. But instead, the young driver keeps going, and the couple ends up following him for 6 miles while calling the police. Now, I will say this. I actually disagree slightly with the judge on one thing. Chasing someone down the road is risky, especially when you're in your 70s. If someone leaves the scene, the safest move is usually to just get the license plate and call the police, or not chase them. So that part, I understand why the judge said it was foolish. But the bigger issue in this case wasn't the chase. The bigger issue was the credibility. Because once they got to court, the 19-year-old started telling a story that just didn't add up. First, he says he'd never touched their car. Okay, that's possible. But then the police report says both cars had minor damage consistent with a scrape. Then the judge asks about the witness, his friend Joseph. Joseph supposedly saw the entire incident and confirmed there was no contact. But here's the problem. Joseph was years in front of him, so the judge asks the obvious question. How could he see the whole thing if he was in front? And the answer was basically, he saw it in the rearview mirror. At that point, the judge already knew where this was going. Because when explanations start sounding like that, people stop believing you. Then comes the pummed insurance issue, and that's where things really fall apart. The young driver confidently says, I had full coverage with Geico. But when the couple actually contacts Geico, they say there was no policy. Now the judge is done. Because here's the reality. Courts don't just decide cases based on evidence. They also look at who seems honest, and when someone's story keeps changing, it destroys credibility. Now here's the part where I actually agree with the judge 100%. She tells the kid something that honestly a lot of young drivers need to hear. She says, if you're going to lie, don't lie to people smarter than you. And that sounds harsh, but it's true, because courtrooms are not the place to try to talk your way out of things. Everything gets written down. Everything gets compared. If your story doesn't make sense, it shows. So in the end, the judge orders him to pay $1,537 for the damage. And honestly, that outcome seems fair. Not because the damage was huge, it wasn't. But because when someone refuses to take responsibility and keeps changing their story, the court isn't going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Now here's my real opinion. This entire situation could have been avoided with one simple decision. If you think you might have scraped someone's car, just stop, get out, look at the cars, exchange information. That's it. Instead, this turned into a police stop, a courtroom case, and a public lesson about honesty. And at 19 years old, that's actually a lesson that might end up helping him in the long run. Because learning accountability early is a lot cheaper than learning it later in life. If you enjoy these real courtroom breakdowns where we actually talk about the key decisions behind the cases, support the channel, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.